Hello everyone, welcome to English with Pranav. How are you all? In today's video, we will discuss Act 1, Scene 3. I think in the last class, we have already completed Act 1, Scene 2, and we have understood that how cleverly Cassius has tried his level best to mix Brutus in his conspiracy in order to kill Julius Caesar. My dear students, if you have watched my previous videos, then please watch this video till the end. And even if you have not watched, then I think this Act 1 Scene 3 is very much important, and you should watch this video till the end. Anyway, let's try to understand what happened earlier. After that, we will go line by line explanation of Act 1 Scene 3. The same street means the scene takes place in the street of Rome, where the people, you can say Roman people, were just mad or crazy about the growing influence of Julius Caesar in Rome. Now the scene is set what? Thunder and lightning enter from opposite sides. Casca is someone, dear students, who will mix with the conspirator Cassius with his sword drawn, and Cicero is also there. Now Cicero says what? In our street it happens. Cicero says what? These two are nothing but the conspirators, as simple as that. Cicero says, "Good evening, Casca. Brought you Caesar home?" Very shrewdly he is saying what? Let me tell you, dear students, that uh, in the earlier scenes you have understood, and please watch this video. I'll make you understand very clearly. Don't worry. So in the earlier scenes you have understood that uh, all the, you can say, uh, things he was able to manage, Cassius was able to manage, and most importantly, because of the growing influence and growing uh, power of Julius Caesar, Cassius was becoming jealous and he wanted to kill Julius Caesar. And it was not an easy task for for Cassius to kill Julius Caesar all alone. That's why he decided to mix and mingle Marcus Brutus in his conspiracy. Okay. Now, a street in Rome has been shown here. Please understand, there is a thunderstorm rising, which is a sign of disturbance in the world, according to Elizabethan belief. Means a thunderstorm has been observed in Rome, and Casca enters with a sword drawn. With a sword, you can say, Casca meets Cassius, and Casca tells him about the terrible sights he has seen. Casca fears that some unknown evil is about to happen, because the thundering, or you can say lightning, is a bad sign, bad omen thing, according to Rome, according to Roman people, you can say. So Casca fears that some unknown evil is about to happen, and in this scene we are introduced to the other conspirators. Cassius then proceeds with Casca to the house of Brutus to convince and persuade him to join the conspiracy. Now what happens, everyone try to understand. Cicero said, "Good evening, Casca. Brought you Caesar home? Why are you breathless, and why stare you so?" Cicero said, "Good evening, Casca. How are you? And did you accompany Caesar home? Did you go to Caesar's house? Why are you out of breath and looking so scared?" This Cicero asked from Casca. Now Casca said something which is more remarkable here, dear students. Try to understand. Casca said, "Are you not moved when all the sway of earth shakes like a thing uniform? O Cicero, I have seen tempests when the scolding winds have rived the knotty oaks, and I have seen the ambitious oceans swell and raise and foam." Till here, if you want to understand, please try to understand what that Casca said. Are you not frightened when the laws of nature seem to be disturbed and the earth is shaking like an unsteady thing? Casca wanted to inform Cicero that the way these days the thunderstorm, the lightning was taking place, the people should be frightened when the law of nature seemed to be very much disturbed. This tempest means exactly the storm which was a, a kind of threatening situation, for the people of Rome and even for Casca. That is what he is asking. And he said, "Well, Cicero, I have experienced many terrible storms in the past, but never till today I have experienced something so unnatural, so something threatening he could see today." Now he is saying what? That I experienced something so unnatural, and Casca is saying that I have seen tempests and tough oak trees been torn apart. I have seen the ocean to swell, roar, and froth rising high and touching the threatening clouds, but never I have seen a tempest raining down lightning and thunderbolts. Means it seems as if the gods are at civil war in the heavens, or someone has become insolent to incense the god to send down destruction. Dear students, Casca said something which is important. Please try to understand. Are you not moved when all the sway means write down everyone. You can also have a pen or pencil and you can remember. Like he is saying what Casca is saying. Are you not moved when all the sway of earth? Moved means are you not frightened when all the sway means all the sphere of influence of earth shakes like a thing uniform unsteadily? O Cicero, I have seen tempests, I have seen storms, you can say, when the scolding winds have rived the knotty oaks, means split the hard knotted oak trees because of the growing storms. Oak trees are also uprooted, you can say. And I have seen the ambitious ocean swell and rage and foam to be exalted. And here to be exalted means, dear students, raised up to. The metaphor relates to the disorder in the weather or the heavens, to, to the disorder on the earth caused by Caesar's ambition or by the conspirators. You can say a kind of sign was given today that today something negative will take place. And let me tell you beta one thing, that Julius Caesar was about to be killed in the Senate house. That's why even Calpurnia, the wife of Julius Caesar, sensed something negative. I hope till here you are getting everything. Either there is a civil strife in heaven, or else the world too saucy. Saucy means disrespectful, you can say, with the gods, incenses them to send destructions. So Casca is simply informing Cicero by saying that it seems as if the gods are at civil war in the heavens, or someone has become insolent, or you can say indifferent, to incense the gods to send on destructions. Means something negative, a bad omen, could be sensed by Casca as well. And what to talk about bad omen? These people were the conspirators who will make the situation bad, as simple as that. Now Cicero said, "Why, saw you anything more wonderful? Did you see anything more wonderful that you have just mentioned?" Casca said something which is very much remarkable. Casca said what? A common slave, him well by sight, held up his left hand, which did flame and burn like 20 torches joined, and yet his hand, not sensible of fire, remained unscorched. Besides, I have not since put up my sword, means still carrying my sword against the capital. I met a lion who gazed upon me and went surly. Surly means irritated, you can say. He's talking about Julius Caesar. He's talking about Julius Caesar. Irritated without annoying me, and there were drawn upon a hip 100 ghastly women, means terrible looking women, transformed with their fear, who swore they saw men all in fire walk and down the streets, and yesterday the bird of night did sit. Bird of night means an owl. Basically, it's a bird which is seen in the night and which is more active at night. Casca is simply saying what, dear? That he saw a common slave who you are familiar with. He held up his hand, which flamed and burned like 20 torches joined together, and yet his hand remained unburnt and least affected by the fire. He is talking about basically Julius Caesar. Casca is saying that he was still carrying his sword when he came face to face with the lion. Means who is the lion here? With Julius Caesar beside the capital, who looked at me angrily. Julius Caesar looked at Casca angrily and fiercely, then went past me without harming me. Julius Caesar did not want to harm anyone. This is what we will have to understood. Now what happens, beta? Here, Casca is trying to say that he saw a crowd of 100 terrible looking women, and these terrible looking women were just the supporters of Julius Caesar, you can say, who were death pale with terror and declared that they have seen men walk up and down the streets blazing in fire. Yesterday, an owl was heard hooting in the moon in the marketplace, you can say, and yesterday the bird of night did sit even at noonday upon the marketplace, hooting and shrieking. When these prodigies do so conjointly meet, let not men say these are their reasons. They are natural, for I believe they are portentous things unto the climate they point upon. Dear students, if you have to write something, you can write down con conjointly means joined together. Conjointly means joined together. Conjointly means joined together. Joined together. Here, potences. Potences means evil sign. Evil sign. Potences means beta evil sign. Okay. So here, Casca is trying to point out what that yesterday an owl was heard hooting at the moon in the marketplace, which is a negative thing, bad omen thing. When such strange things occur all at the same time, it is of no use to say that they proceed from natural causes, for in my opinion, they are unnatural events that forecast disaster to the country. He is simply saying that the hooting at the moon in the marketplace of the owl and many more hundreds of terrible looking women and the blazing of fire, these all things are the negative issues, or you can say, in his opinion also, an unnatural event was about to take place. A kind of disaster was about to take place. This was sensed by Casca. This is what he is trying to say. Okay, beta, till here I hope you are getting till here. Okay, next what happens? Cicero said one thing. Cicero said what? Indeed, it is a strange disposed time. Indeed, these are strange times, but men, you can say, but men may construe things. Construe means interpret. Construe means interpret. Construe means, dear students, interpret things after their fashion, clean from the purpose of things themselves. Come Caesar to the capital tomorrow. Cicero is trying to highlight here, beta, what? That indeed these are strange times, but men may explain these happenings from their own perspective and may arrive to conclusion quite different from the real purpose understood of such happenings. Now he is asking Cicero is asking, will Julius Caesar come to the capital tomorrow? Casca said, he does, for he did bid Antonius, he requested Antony, send word to you he would be there tomorrow. This is what, according to the plan, beta, that Cicero is asking Casca that will he come at the capital? Capital means as simple as Senate House. Will Julius Caesar come to the Senate House tomorrow? Then Casca said yes. He said Antonio, he had requested Antonio to send him the word that he will be there tomorrow. Cicero said, good night then, Casca. This disturbed sky is not to walk in. And basically, Cicero is saying that good night, Casca. This is not proper for all of us to walk under such a disturbed sky. Then Casca said what? Casca said, dear students, goodbye, and farewell thee. Farewell, Cicero. Understood. Exit Cicero. Cicero goes from there. Enter Cassius. Cassius comes and he will have a chat with Casca. Understood. So Cassius said, who is there? Casca said, a Roman. Cassius said, Casca by your voice. You look Casca by your voice. Casca, your ear is good. Cassius, what night is this? Cassius, a very pleasing night to honest men. How shrewd, how clever Cassius was, better you can understand till here. Casca said, "Who ever knew the heavens menace so?" Menace is a very negative kind of word. You can understand that a threatening kind of situation. So Casca is saying a very pleasant night for honest men with a clear conscience who are at least affected by it. But Casca said, "The heavens have never been so threatening before. The heavens have never been so menaced before, so threatening before." Cassius said, "Those that have known the earth so full of faults, for my part I have walked about the streets, submitting me unto the perilous night." Very important it is. Always, I'll just make it, I'll just explain it in detail. Try to understand till here. He's saying what? That Cassius is saying perilous night, and thus unbraced, Casca, as you see, have bared my bosom to under thunderstone. Here Casca is saying something. Casca is saying that here Cassius is saying that what men have experienced a night like this when the earth was full of faults as at present. As simple as that. At the same time, Cassius is saying, "Well, on my part, I have walked the streets, exposing myself to the dangers at night. Perilous night, you can say, dangerous night. With my naked breast exposed to the thunderbolts, you can say, understood. I have stood directly in the way of the lightning as it flashed across the sky." Here's something if you want to write perilous means write down dangerous. Perilous means dangerous. Okay. Unbraced means write down relax or loses. Relax or loses. Have bared my bosom means write down uncovered. Bosom means write down beta naked breast. Naked breast. Thunderstone means write down beta thunderbolt. Thunderbolt. So simply Julius Caesar is saying sorry, Cassius is saying what that well on his part he had walked the streets exposing himself to the dangers of the night, you can say, with his naked breast exposed to the thunderbolts. And he is also saying one thing which is important. "And when the cross blue lightning seemed to open the breast of heaven, I did present myself even in the aim and very flash of it." Means very positively and with good, you can say, boldness, Cassius is saying that I have stood directly in the way of the lightning as it flashed across the sky. So Cassius is simply trying to say that I am not afraid of any kind of negative situation or sign which has been shown by our nature. This is what we will have to understand. Okay, so now Casca says something which is important. Casca says, "But wherefore did you so much tempt the heavens? It is part of men to fear and tremble when the most mighty gods by token send such dreadful heralds to astonish us." Casca is saying that many more people get exposed, more people uh, become absolutely panicked to see the natural disaster. What kind of person you are that you are not afraid of the natural disaster and you are ready to. Actually, the night was very turbulent, the night was very disturbing. A thunderstorm, the lightning, the thunder, every kind of negative situation was there in the sky, making all the people very much scared. But Cassius was someone who was saying that he is so powerful that he is not afraid of these things, rather he can face uh, so face to face or eye to eye contact with the nature, even dreadful heralds as well. But here Casca is saying what? That why did you expose yourself to the dangers of the sky? Understood? It is expected from men to shake with fear and tremble when the gods send such you can say men can fear and tremble when the gods send such token of dreadful heralds, you can say, or such quake with fear and tremble when the gods send such terrible omens and happenings to astonish us. But here, Casca very shrewdly he will say something. What does he say, beta? Try to understand. You are dull, Casca. You are very much dull. And those sparks of life that should be in a Roman, you do want, or else you use not. You look pale and gaze and put on fear and cast yourself in wonder. Miss Casca, you are someone who becomes very much sad and you feel afraid because of small things to see the strange impatience of the heaven. But if you would consider the true cause, why all these fires, all these gliding ghosts, why words and beasts from quality and kind, why old men fool and children calculate, why all these things change from their ordinance, their natures and performed faculties to monstrous quality, why you shall find that heaven has infused them with these spirits to make them instruments of fear and warning unto some monstrous state. How cleverly and how powerfully he has spoken something. Cassius is basically informing Casca that he was dull, either he was devoid of heroism with which every Roman is expected to possess, or you yourself do not want to use your heroism. And he is also saying, Cassius is saying that you look pale and blank and put on a look of fear and appear lost in amazement at the strange disturbances in the sky. But if you consider the true case, why fire descends from the sky and ghosts glide, means to move softly? Why birds and bees behave in an unnatural way opposed to the natural instincts? Do you know why? Why old men behave foolishly like children and children reason wisely? Why everything functions against their usual fixed course? And why things assume a monstrous appearance? Do you know why? You will realize, Cassius is saying to Casca, you will realize that the heavens have ordained this to make them a sign of fear and warning of some abnormal states of things. Even Cassius said, or you can just sense that abnormal state of things will happen, such as now prevail in Rome. Means actually in Rome something abnormal is taking place because of the flourishing power of Julius Caesar. He's just trying to even take Casca in his confidence by saying that because of the growing power, because of the growing influence of Julius Caesar, things have gone worse in Rome, and Casca is not able to show his power. In this way, what will happen? Do you know? This clever Cassius will mingle or will mix Casca in his conspiracy also in order to kill Julius Caesar. He is also saying that now, Casca, I could name a man who is like this awful night, who thunders like the cloud, flashes lightning of anger. Let me tell you from here. Now, could I, Casca, name to you a man most like this dreadful night that thunders, lightens, open graves and roars, and does the loin in the capital? A man no mightier than yourself or me in personal action, yet prodigious groan and fearful as these strange eruptions are. How powerfully Cassius is trying to say something. Dear students, infused means to cause something to become, you can better understand. Here, ordinance means a local law. Dear students, Cassius is saying that now, Casca, I'll tell you a name of a person who is like this awful knight, who is absolutely dreadful. Who is Cassius hinting, everyone? Cassius is hinting about Julius Caesar that he is just like an awful knight, very much bad knight, whose thunder like the cloud flashes lightning of anger, like the sky open graves and roars like the lion in the capital. He is no way superior to us personally. Cassius believes that Julius Caesar was no way superior, yet he has changed into something extraordinary and terrible like these strange outbreaks of nature. He has become very much powerful. Miss Cassius is absolutely jealous because of the growing influence and growing power of Julius Caesar. So Casca says something, beta. Casca says what? Casca says, it is Caesar that you mean, isn't it? Cassius, it is Caesar. You are talking about Caesar, right? Cassius said, let it be who it is, for Romans now have thews and limbs like to their ancestors, but woe the while our fathers' minds are dead, but we are governed with our mother's spirits, our yoke and sufferance. suus womanis. Cassius said, let it be who it is. It does not matter who is it. For Romans now have thews. Thews means right on muscles, everyone. Thews means right on beta muscles. Thews means muscles. Thews and limbs, thews and limbs like to their ancestors. He's saying that what I want to point out to you is that Romans of present day have muscles and limbs as their ancestors have, forefathers have. But it is sad that the courageous minds, you can say, of our fathers have died, and they are more inspired by their mother's spirits and the manner they are ready to submit to oppression, sufferance, which portrays them to weak and timid like women. Here, women or women are considered as timid or weak according to Cassius. What kind of narrow mind this Cassius has? That Cassius is saying that the people of Rome have become womanish in nature, means they have become weak and timid in nature just like women. How bad Cassius was, that he is indirectly, you can say, using absolutely negative words for women. How bad he was. At the same time, Cassius is saying that the people of Rome have instilled the mother's spirits rather than their father's great valor and great courage, and they have surrendered themselves in front of the sufferance, the torture of Julius Caesar. Now, Casca is saying something. Indeed, they say the senators tomorrow mean to establish Caesar as a king, and Casca is basically saying that you are not wrong in what way you are saying, as the senators intend to invest Caesar as you can say, and he shall wear his crown by sea and land in every place save here in Italy. So Casca is simply informing Cassius that you are not wrong in what you say, as the senators intend to invest Caesar with the real power of kingship. Means Cassius is trying to inform Casca is trying to inform Cassius that he shall wear, Julius Caesar shall wear his crown by sea and land everywhere except here in Italy. He is trying to say, or you can say that Cassius has been successful in mingling Brutus and here also Casca in the conspiracy where very cleverly he will be able to kill Julius Caesar. And honestly, I'm saying better that Julius Caesar will die in the Senate house, and he becomes shocked only because of the negative, you can say, only because of the betrayal given by his own friend Marcus Brutus. I hope till here you have understood better what happens next, whether Julius Caesar will be killed in the Senate house or not, or he will be saved. These all things we will be studying. I hope till here you have understood. Stay tuned, and if you have liked my video, please share it to as many students of ICC as possible. Your continuous support will instill me or provoke me to upload videos continuously. Thank you so much, everyone. See you all in the next class from this very part. Thank you, everyone. Take care. And if you are new to my channel, make sure to subscribe it. Thank you, everyone.